Is hyperbolic stretching next level stretching or marketing hype? Let's have a look at this hyperbolic stretching system review to see whether it's worth it, or if Mr. Larson is in quat. Stretching in quat. The advantages. Stretching is essential, regardless of how you exercise. It limbers you up, gets your blood flowing, and keeps you from getting hurt or feeling sore. Is there, however, a secret stretching technique that may help you build up, thin down, improve your flexibility, and strengthen your muscles in only 4 weeks? Hyperbolic stretching's creator, Alex Larson, certainly believes so. He's developed 2 different stretching routines for men and women. And for each one, he makes some very significant allegations. Essentially, he claims that following his regimen would improve the outcomes of any exercise plan. In fact, he claims that traditional stretching obstructs your progress toward your objectives. Before beginning a stretching program, there are a few things to consider. Working this program may at the very least be a beneficial addition to any workout routine. The stretches aren't dangerous in any way to a healthy individual, and all stretching is generally beneficial. There isn't much at stake for you. This program's stretches aren't all that difficult compared to yoga postures. They begin with a simple exercise and gradually increase in difficulty. However, there is one major stumbling block. If you have a muscle or tendon injury, this is not something you should perform. In such scenario, gentle exercise and basic yoga would be preferable, but only if your doctor gives his or her approval. Hyperbolic stretching. What is it? It's an ancient Asian-inspired stretching practice that unlocks your body's potential for strength and flexibility improvements. The emphasis seems to be on strengthening the pelvic floor muscles, according to Larson's own description. This makes sense since exercising that muscle group also works the core, back, and glutes. You'd also have to rely on your arms and legs for support and stabilization. But what is thesis strengthening business? Isn't this supposed to be a stretching session? Well, it seems to include some resistance to body weight as well. But yoga works as well, so Larson is justified in calling it a stretching regimen. Even though yoga has been shown to strengthen the whole body, no one associates it with strength training. The hyperbolic stretching routine may be done without the use of weights. Only your own body is required. What is the mechanism of hyperbolic stretching? For a total of 4 weeks, it takes just 8 minutes each day. There are 224 minutes in total. There is enough time for everyone. However, you should think of it as a supplement to your regular exercise regimen and nutrition. I wouldn't utilize this program on its own to get in shape, reduce weight, or build muscle mass. All you have to do is follow the video series directions. There aren't any difficult postures or movements. It's nothing more than some stretching exercises. This program's promise of being able to help you develop strength and muscular mass has some merit. The release of HGH, or human growth hormone, has been shown to be stimulated by stretching. Today, there are a plethora of products and pills designed to increase your levels of this hormone. Many hyperbolic stretching reviews on the internet claim that adopting this regimen improved outcomes. But what about the notion that traditional stretching hinders bulking, toning, and weight loss? Larson exaggerates the truth. A research published in the Journal of Athletic Training compared a small sample of athletes who stretched before and after exercise to a group who didn't stretch at all. The group that stretched had a somewhat slower muscle reaction time when compared to the control group. For men's health, flexibility in all muscles, core strength has improved. Relaxation, loss of weight without a warm-up, be able to execute high kicks and complete splits. Unless you're in very excellent condition, I wouldn't suggest doing high kicks or complete splits without first warming up. It seems to be a guaranteed method of tearing certain muscles. Over the course of this 4-week program, you will most likely acquire at least some flexibility. Of course, if you don't stretch once the program is over, you'll lose your flexibility. It's not a one-time occurrence. Even if you achieve your desired results in a month, you'll need to maintain your gains by stretching. Stretching programs should provide complete muscular flexibility and stress release. Your muscles will become more flexible as you stretch and condition them. As a result, regardless of what happens, you'll get the advantages of this program. It's also true that you have more core strength. You'll notice some toning since you'll be working your core in each stretch. This is another method to lose abdominal fat. Urinary continence is one advantage that receives little emphasis, even from the creator. Even if you don't have this issue, most individuals who do may benefit from pelvic floor exercises. Womanly advantages: flexibility across the board, core strength has improved. Relaxation, loss of weight without a warm-up, be able to execute high kicks and complete splits. Cellulite has diminished. Improved self-assurance: there's no need to repeat anything from the previous section since women will see the same advantages as males for the same reasons. However, let's take a closer look at those two additional advantages. It's not fat that causes cellulite. It's a disorder that occurs when the connective fibers under the skin lose their elasticity, typically as a result of old age or pregnancy stretching, and the skin becomes rough or dimpled. Yes, stretching may help to make it seem better. Because cellulite is most often seen on the abs, hyperbolic stretching's core-centric exercises should help to decrease cellulite. It's a no-brainer to boost your self-esteem. You'll feel more secure in your body if you lose weight and get into better condition. Will it be able to stand alone? In a nutshell, it won't do anything on its own. This may be all you need if all you desire is greater flexibility and stress reduction. However, I would go for more than 8 minutes each day. It'll probably be a lot better if you do 15 minutes each day. You may also consider combining this regimen with a decent yoga class. Similarly, if you simply want to tone your core, this might be a decent option. More than 8 minutes each day will be required. How can it be added to an existing or new exercise program? You'll get the greatest results if you do it this way. And, as you'll see later, I'm basing that assertion on the experiences of individuals who have really done it. Larson wasn't lying when he said that performing hyperbolic stretches increases the synthesis of HGH. That is correct. Because these stretches include a little amount of bodyweight resistance training, the HGH increase will be even higher than you'd receive from conventional stretching. As a result, starting your exercise with an 8-minute hyperbolic session is likely to provide some advantages. You'll be limber after this full body stretch. And that's a huge advantage when it comes to any kind of exercise. The more relaxed you are, the harder you can push yourself. Even on a stationary bike, this is true. Using this software as a closer will also provide some advantages. More and more individuals are discovering that post-workout stretches are just as essential as pre-workout stretches for avoiding injury and optimizing performance. Is there really any advantage to regular stretching? This was my main concern when I began my research study. And, to be honest, I was anticipating a gotcha moment when I realized this was nothing more than some basic stretches pumped up for a fast buck. However, if that were the case, this article would be just a paragraph long. No, it entails much more than basic stretches. Although there isn't much hard, solid research behind it, real-world findings and common sense suggest that there are many advantages beyond conventional stretching workouts. To begin with, stretching on a daily basis focuses on muscular conditioning. This is also done in the hyperbolic program, but it also incorporates strengthening stretches. You won't see much of a difference in your arms and legs, but you will notice a difference in the power of your core and back muscles. Traditional stretching isn't particularly effective in toning the body. These stretches, on the other hand, are possible. Strengthening is the foundation for toning, so this should be apparent. The hyperbolic method is said to operate by boosting your body's capacity to produce and release HGH and testosterone, two hormones that are required to some extent for becoming in shape and keeping a healthy and beautiful muscular tone. The price, the value, and the extras. By now, my reader, you should be aware of my obsession with value. So, let's examine what you'll receive, how much it'll cost, and if it'll be worth it. As of this writing, the cost is slightly under $30. That's fantastic. Stretching regimens have been known to cost 3 times as much. However, you receive more than simply a stretching tutorial. There are 3 extras included in this package. Mind Power Unleashed is a self-help e-book that claims to teach you how to retrain your brain to attain more success in life. I didn't bother to read it. If you're like that kind of stuff, you may enjoy it. Just be cautious while reprogramming your mind, okay? Full body stretching focuses on what we've been calling conventional or old-school stretching. You'll learn how to perform full body stretches quickly. That's not a problem, and it's also free. Now this is something I like. A fast hit exercise for men and women is the 8-minute high-intensity strength program. 8 minutes seems like a decent amount of time for an interval exercise. Pros and cons of hyperbolic stretching. Here are the actual advantages and drawbacks, not simply the ones touted by the developer and advocates. What I enjoy. Regardless of what else is going on, the stretches are a wonderful method to keep your flexibility. You will strengthen your core and pelvic floor muscles if you follow the instructions exactly. There's a good possibility you'll be able to get rid of cellulite in the near future. People who get the results they want usually see them in 4 weeks, without having to go through the program again and again. There are no weights or other equipment required. It's inexpensive, and it comes with a money-back guarantee. Versions for men and women. What I don't care for. There is little scientific evidence to back up the notion that this kind of stretching is superior to other types of stretching. 2 facts have been overstated by the program's creator. Strength training is hampered by traditional stretching, whereas stretching increases HGH production. What others have to say. I read as many reviews as I could find from individuals who had purchased the software and used it. Almost everyone believes they received their money's worth. Of course, everyone received the same great $30-ish bargain at this time. The program's inability to bring you into the splits is a common criticism. I even saw a review from an MMA fan who stated that following the 4-week regimen made it difficult for him to complete a full split. This may be because he substituted hyperbolic stretches for the ones he was accustomed to. However, there are a slew of other issues with the notion that complete splits are false. When following this regimen on its own, there were no significant claims of fat reduction or muscle growth. People that utilized hyperbolic stretching in combination with a solid workout routine, such as HIIT, lifting, or even mild cardio, gave it the highest ratings. Many individuals who have had excellent results this method claim to have developed muscle tone and reduced weight far faster than they anticipated. To sum it up, why do we exercise? Sure, we want to be healthy. Most of us want to reduce weight and fat, tone up, develop muscle, and keep our bodies healthy. As a result, we put in the effort. And, as we've seen in our hyperbolic stretching review, this regimen may be very beneficial in our pursuit of optimal health. However, you must set realistic expectations. You won't be able to become toned or buff in 4 weeks if you stick to this regimen. However, by performing this 8-minute activity before and after your regular workout, you may improve your lifting and cardio workouts. It may give your body a boost that daily stretching couldn't provide. You will not gain a great deal of flexibility either. However, you'll definitely notice greater improvements in this region than if you simply did traditional stretches. This is really next level stuff, and it's worth a shot if you struggle with flexibility and mobility.